He's the plan guy.
Only shooting stars break the
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Saka, Tenacious Tactician, a Jeskai commander that spits out creatures whenever you cast non-creature spells and then gives all your allies, himself included, menace and prowess, which makes him a pretty tricky creature to deal with. He dies easily, but if you can get him to stick around for a turn and cast a couple cheap non-creature spells, you'll be building up a super wide board. And because that board will have menace and prowess, blocking it will be really difficult. This commander is kind of similar to Lom or to Narset, where you're wanting to cast lots of good spells, but unlike Lom and Narset, you only have so many cards that directly synergize with allies, and in this deck, I just don't think they're worth playing, because you make your own. In this deck, I'm running the best non-creature spells I could find, and a couple backup plans, so in case Sokka doesn't make it through, we're still able to build up an army of tokens and swing in for the win. You're going to notice a lot of kill spells, counter spells, removal, and other ways to keep our opponents in check while we protect Sokka and swing in for lethal. So let's take this into the queue and make an army of allies. Corvold, Fakehurst King, sacrifices their permanents to draw cards, get huge, and swing it in the air because it's a massive dragon. I have a turn 1 Ruby Collector, so I'll throw that into play. And if they play like a Llanowar Elf or something, I can kill that. That's good. I guess I'll go for a Sacred Foundry, playing my Ruby Collector here. Next turn I'll use this to get, I don't know, maybe like blue-white? Something blue. Oh no, it'd have to be blue-red anyway. Oh, perfect. Okay, you have any zero-cost cards in your deck? No? Good. This card is really... It's like emergency use is sometimes you really need to get rid of, like, just strong threats. But a lot of the time it is like, yeah, I just use this to get rid of birds. It's like a mini Chaos Warp. Alright, I'll grab the Thundering Falls. Mox Amber. Mox Amber is real nice with these critters here. I could save it to use with Saka. I'm actually just going to play it here because I have the Iconoclast, which is like baby Saka. I'm not holding up memory lapse here, but they're also far off of Corvold. He costs 5 mana, and ideally they'll have like built up a whole bunch of stuff for it first. Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't really been seeing Hay-Buys with this deck. People were mentioning like how many we saw with other decks. And yeah, we saw a lot of them. Not really any today. I guess they're just in separate matchmaking brackets. This deck tends to match into, I feel like, higher, more consistent decks. I'll try to memory lapse their gold span. Get me another little guy. Take him out with some tasty tempo. Dak! Steal a thing! That can die to dragons, that's fine. I'm taking their Heaped Harvest. When this is sacrificed, I can get a land. Yay! Also, this distracts damage from my face. And I guess technically has blue up now because I played Dak. That's a treasure. It's a treasure that taps for 2. Thanks, Goldspan Dragon. Ooh, Strike It Rich. Even more treasures. They could even give Corvold haste next turn and get nasty with it. What's this for? Buried Alive. They could put cards that like they can bring out of the graveyard on their own here. Think like you're reassembling skeleton type of cards. Oh yeah, Cauldron Familiar, Woe Strider, and Bloodghast. Aww. I'm out here like unable to play my commander. I'll be able to use the Heaped Harvest and one of these. personally hoping they try to fight the Iconoclast here. So I could either do this, or I could do this. I'm gonna go Surge of Salvation. Hexproof! Not only do they not fight, you're not dealing damage to these with your red sources. I'm gonna munch this Heaped Harvest. And I don't really care which color I get. Let's go blue. Since I'll be able to have mana up anyway, I have a Mox Amber. And that does tap for white, so we can go Saka. Talisman of Progress. And the downside here is I won't be able to kill them. I just don't have enough. But I'm taking away the Goldspan Dragon. They will get a treasure out of this. And now I can kill Domri and hit their face for a bunch of damage. But they're gaining 5 out of this, which makes it a little tougher. But I have a good little Sokka army. Boop. And then the rest of them at your face. Perfect. Their hand's empty, but they could have a giant, hasty Corvold if they wanted to. I have a small army of little guys. I'm so wide. Dog, I'm so wide. Corvold. Yeah, I haven't hit any of the Azulas or anything either. I feel like it matches in a different area of the queue. It's always so weird how, like, matchmaking makes itself evident. So they have... Ooh, loadsy mana here. Bloodghast finally coming back because they got a land. They're also just lowering that life total. They will be able to eat a food if they want to. They have 4 mana. They can keep drawing cards. Cauldron Familiar. They're not sacrificing this to gain life. I guess they gain 1 off that, but like they're not eating the food. Sacrifice the treasure, floating black mana. Do it again. Can you dig it? Yes, I can. With 4 mana, well, I don't know if they want to use that mana confidence, but with 4 mana and 5 cards in hand, did I find a Toxic Deluge and talk me down? Academy, Manufacturer, absurd card. Thankfully, I do not see another way to make a treasure or a clue unless they have one in their hand. And they don't have it, which means we're gonna swing in, be wide, and win the game. GG. Brea Ethereum Shaper is going to be artifacts. Artifacts that get sacrificed in order to gain life, deal damage, or kill creatures. I think that the hand of counter spells is actually pretty nice against them. And I'm actually going to, like, bring this in for 3 damage at the start, so I can use the Brainstorm if I'm not using the Spell Pierce or the Stifle. Alright, we Brainstorming. And I will put back the... Ooh, Stifle and the... Otawara. Because I don't have like a way to hit them there. I'll name Human, since I have a Human in hand, and I'm still holding up my 1 mana blue spells. And once you start going wide, this is an exceptional card, especially because it generates a Mox Ruby to trigger Sokka. Circus of Value. Go get him, Ruby Collector. I want that Tome in play. Now, Tome of the Infinite generates infinite spells. Well, I shouldn't say infinite. For 1 mana, it generates a 1 mana spell. And it also lets you cast that for mana of any color, so you can bank up these little cheap spells for things like triggering Saka or Brawl. There's a lot of different uses of this, and it is random what spell you get, but all the spells are useful in some way. Puppy dog! Hi! Felia, I guess, is a good way to re-trigger Brea to get 2 more Thopters each time it enters. If I wanted to, like, I don't know, be a hater, I could have just left up with the Stifle, not bolted that in, or played the Otawar, so I would have had 2 blue. But I wanted to get, like, another piece of value into play. Felia? Puppy dog, you coming in? Okay, they're checking out what's in their hand. I can see it glowing. Ooh, a bolt on their Superfix Springs, just as I did. An unlicensed hearse. Okay, some graveyard hate. Also an artifact. And they're making a Ruby Collector unable to scream. It's an artifact now. Congrats. Oh yeah, this card is terribly designed and shouldn't exist. It is silly that it exists in the way that it does. I think we're just chilling here. Yeah, just chilling. Hi, Felia. You're so cute. They bolted in a Sacred Foundry, or sorry, shocked it in. Are they playing Brea first? Doing that will get Felia counter and end step. Alright, before that resolves, I'm just gonna check a thing here. Blue, black, green, white, cards! Means I won't be stifling that re-entering, but I don't want you having a leyline binding. Come on, give me the bolt. Hey, there we go. Always had it. Does this get countered? It might. Yep, actual factual counter spell being used on my randomly generated tome, which, by the way, there's actually, like, Swords to Plowshares would have also been able to get rid of the dog. Yeah, it's like, if there was more than one option. So many blue. Get Saka in play. And chill. They can exile things from the graveyard. Cool. Like this and that. This, that, and this. Or if this will be the Brea turn. I'd say, like, the scariest card to see in the Brea deck is... Am I trying to think what the scariest one is? It's probably Urza. Urza, who lets you tap these for mana. Alright, great. So that's what I was hoping they would do. They have put Brea in exile. And, oh no, how devastating. The puppy's coming at me and then it will come back. Except, I have to stifle. You might have noticed I considered stifling when it entered. But it's a lot nastier for me to stifle this. Because now, not only do I get my Sokka trigger, they don't get their commander back. She lives in exile now. You got your Thopters, and that's it. Stifle. It's a nasty card. Tail's End, too. Alright, let's... Ooh, Tome of Gadwick. That's kind of like this tome. I will do that. Get my triggers. Chat saying oof. Yeah. Oh, hold up. I want you to use the mana that's not doing anything. Thank you. That's why you don't put your commander in exile. I mean, you can. It's just, it has risks. So every card on this is like a 1-mana draw spell. Like this. I'm going to use this Ponder I just got, though. Good old conjured spells. Digital-only garbage for digital-only people. Yeah, my opponent's like, ah, yeah, you got me on that. Yay! Thanks, Brea. Huh. You have a really good dog. The unlicensed hearts is definitely holding some priority there. Okay, we ponder. I could just take that and fetch, and that seems good. We get a card off Saka. I get to cast it. We have the spell pierce. Something, win the game. Perfect. Glorb, Calamity's Augur lets you play cards from the top, giving you tons of card advantage, and manipulate the top of your deck. It's also a 2/4 that has Death Touch, so attacking through it, not easy. Alright, I got this Talisman, so on turn 2 I could do that. Do I want to go for the turn 1 Ruby Collector? It's probably just fine to do it on turn 2. So I will keep this hand. And I don't really want to use this Force of Negation for its free cost, because that would get rid of Brawl. That would make me sad. Alright, Elegant Parlor. Another land. Another land seems fine here. Play it. Play this. Pay a life. Get a Ruby Collector. I'm surprised they didn't have a turn 1 piece of ramp, because I feel like with Glarb, you so often are just like, yeah, turn 1 Delighted Halfling, turn 1 Llanowar Elf, because you have all these higher cost cards in the deck. Though a lot of them are just like, they're multi-value decks. I'll attack in with the Ruby Collector. And I can play my commander. I could play Brawl, or I could hold. I am going to play the Saka here, but I don't think he's going to resolve. I think that, wow, he resolved? That's crazy. I was going to say, he's the lower priority target over Brawl. I think that this is going to be a stronger card for me in this matchup. Okay, unable to scream. Oh no, my commander, screamless. That's rough, buddy. Nice. Now they have all their colors. Sokka, you didn't need to be attacking there. You know what? If that's what you want to do with your life, that's what you can do. This actually might be worth hitting. Oasis of Renewal generates a lot more value than I'm okay with. I'm gonna see what's on top of my deck. If it's not like a super value card, it's not. I think I'm gonna have to let that resolve, because I can't burn the 2 cards in hand just to hit this. This is a 3-mana spell that immediately gets you a land and a non-land, and then can repeatedly get you more later, which is what makes it so scary. I guess that'll be post-combat. Still good. We swing with 3. Get the goods. And she gives everything prowess. Even you. Prowess. I'm just going for the heuristic study here over the Force of Negation. This is one of those, if I were afraid of a board wipe, yeah. But I don't know. Like, I guess they could have Languish and all those things. But then I'm still left with a roll that's almost at ult. which yay. Here's Glarb. Do you pay the 1? I would love to draw a card. Thank you. They did not pay the 1. And they inquire about our good friend Kozilek. Of course, I'd like to draw a card. So they're going to be able to drop one of these 3 cards. I think you hit Illuminating Lash. Yeah. I just play this. Swing in. Oh, hold up. Before Narsit's trigger, I should have done more. But I'm just going to pump my board up like crazy here, and we're going to win the game. I'm going to use Inquisition of Kozilek on them. Pump it up. It's going to be great. I can actually, like, double counter the spell, too, and it's very much lethal. Oyumin Artok, Polar Werebear, can turn your food into blue mana for blue creatures. And she goes fishing every time she hits you, which means she gets, you know, more food so she can get more fish. We have a lot of great cards that make food just incidentally, and because you sacrifice a food, you can get some unusual other triggers, like the cabbage vendor from the Avatar set. Still works with Oyumin Artok. I don't have to worry so much about them playing Oyumin Artok next turn. We don't have a green ritual in this format doing this, but we do have some generally good critters, like that one. Talisman of Conviction. It does not let me hold this up. Maybe I should have played the Arid Mason instead. Because I don't have any way to deal with her like once she's in play, especially because she has hexproof until she gets hit. Or does a damage. Yeah, that works. Wash away. Key in any spell slinging deck. Ooh, a board wipe. That would help me deal with it after it's cast. I think I'll go for the Saheeli or the Relic here. What's cute about Relic is it lets me tap Sokka to get mana from him to use for protective spells, just to use to trigger him. It's really tough him costing 4 mana when most of the things that, like, spit out a creature, they cost 3 or 2. Like you. Like Saheeli. Ooh, Garruk's Uprising. That'll give her trample. Egg! That's a food! We love a good food here. I am playing cards that could be used for Sokka. But I'll settle for servos. I can actually turn the servos into mana rocks, too. But only until end of turn. Just gonna grab a basic. Now, like, you could see, like, the difference of I was able to play this, and it kind of protects itself by having 5 loyalty and fewer pieces of removal being able to take this out. Oh, they're commandeering this! The good news about them commandeering it is it used up a whole bunch of cards from their hand, and also, Saheeli's not a creature, so they can't hit her. Also, wouldn't kill her anyway. 5 loyalty. Hi, Oyumin Artok. Are you gonna sacrifice foods? You might wait. Yeah, I could see waiting. I do have a board wipe here. But is that what I crave? I think it's the right move. They'll be able to replay her anyway off their current mana. I could have turned, if I wanted to, like, cast Sokka this turn, I could have turned one of the little guys into a rock. Instead of going for damage. Trail of Crumbs. More food! I love seeing some food synergy. As you sacrifice food, you can get permanents into hand. Tough Cookie can animate your foods and is a food and comes with a food. Saka. Rock 'em, sock 'em. Hope to get some card advantage. Chunk, chunk, chunk. I got mana. That's kind of nice. Just a couple people in Top Deck City. But, like, with the number of foods they have, if they just have, like, one good turn with a couple of blue up, they'll be able to just immediately be like, food, 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 giant fish. A real big fish. They're doing it. Sacrificing a food. Maybe even paying the one. Yep. And now they're gonna get a fish. Skyfish, boat piranhas, riptide turtle, megalodon, rune crab, lionfish, peligore, shore shark. One of these! Some of them are actually good. A lot of them are mutate cards. Somebody's asking, are they doing an Avatar alchemy set? No. Only the Universes Within stuff gets that. Oh, and they have a Gadwick, too, from Trail of Crumbs. Nice. They're about to refill their hand while I'm out here like, I got an Oven's Reader. Yeah, only the, like, magic theming. So, like, I think that we're gonna get a Lorwyn Avatar set. Or, sorry, not Lorwyn Avatar. A Lorwyn Alchemy set. My beautiful monkey. You're great on turn 1. Now you're just kind of cute. Trail of Crumbs. Continuing to get that value. And they do it again. They've got 6 mana sitting here. And we already know that they have a couple of fish. Instant ramen. Yeah, we've gotten so many fun, like, it happens to be food cards. Nezahal! Let's go! And this Nezahal was generated by OEM and Artok. You can tell because it shares the set symbol. Fish. Okay. That's interesting. It's gonna lock something down. So this has, like, this alchemy rarity symbol, and the cards it make have, like, little rarity hollows on them. That's so strange. Yeah, they're able to tap a lot of stuff down with these. And Nezahal, by the way, with all the cards they have in hand, they can blink it. Also, as I cast non-creature spells, they will draw cards. As demonstrated. Yep. Listen, I already know I ain't win, so I'm gonna make Sokka as big as I can and swing in. Go get him, girlies! Go get him! I got 9 whole damage. Will I die on the backswing? Yeah, with the Garruk's Uprising? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. At least I'd hit the board wipe in this game. It did me well. But my beautiful value had dried up. So sad. Too bad. But that's the way it goes. I'll hit them with a good game. And kind of hope that they'll hit me. Just kind of hoping you'll hit me. Because you have lethal. And, yep, you still have lethal. Okay, they're not hitting me, so I'm gonna leave. We out. GG. Sokka, Tenacious Tactician, is facing off against himself. This will be a great opportunity for me to actually get some inspiration and see what other people are putting in their Sokka decks, since I have seen very few of them in the queue. I also have a cheeky little turn 1 play here. I got a Ruby Collector. And I have another couple blue sources in hander, so I will go... Actually, I'm still going to go for the blue-white and play this. I'm just building up a little bit of tempo, getting a creature in play, and hopefully, once we get some extra critters, you know, get a Mox Ruby, which triggers Sokka. I'm being asked if I'm planning on making or posting decks for the Brawl metagame challenge. They're going to be running like a month-long metagame challenge, but it's... I discourage anybody from playing in those because you are either the one draining resources from other people or people are draining resources from you. It is a fairly unfortunate just like style of event where it really is kind of predatory where this is not, by the way, just the Brawl one. This is all of them. It's just how it is. Yeah, the people with the larger collections who are more experienced and have the bigger ones tend to do better, but this is an all-access event. So it's going to be the people who are more experienced and have more, like, knowledge about what to play in the queue, which, guess what? There's a lot of Brawl spikes out there. Alright. Take a counterspell, discover the formula, get lost, and see Healy. All cards I'm playing in my deck. I wonder if they'll play Saheeli this turn. Yeah, it'll be all access, but like, you know it's going to just be a Johnny versus Nadu versus Stick Fingers combo versus Tamio Oops all counter spells. The most obnoxious of each of the archetypes. Plenty of lands. And they're holding up the counter spell. Cards like Aang Swift Savior can stop uncounterable spells to address somebody in chat, but then they can also recast that spell for just 2 mana. It's essentially taxing it for 2. There are some things, though, that stop it by not allowing them into... That just keeps surveilling. Not allowing things to be cast from exile. All right, Mox Amber. But, like, we know Sokka's not going to resolve. Yeah, so long as actual factual counterspell is available to them... It's like, I'd love to throw down this Ristic Study. I actually think that I might do that this turn. I would have rather done it, like, after he lands, but this works. And I'll just hold up the Wash Away like this. Okay, counterspell on the Ristic. So Sokka, this is kind of what I ran into in building this stack. He's very awkward because he only really synergizes with his own stuff. I'll see if I can kill this baddie. Nice. Yeah. He's not buffing other tokens. Just his own. Which means he's like a very specific build. Where the deck is dependent on him, and anything else that triggers him should just be a good card in Jeskai colors, which is what they're doing. There's like a little bit of like this go wide token synergy, but if you lean too far into that and you don't get Sokka out, because we're a very removal heavy format, you will feel bad. Okay, it looks like they're gonna go for Saheeli Get Lost, killing Sokka. That does work. He is, I would say he is a worse version of both Lam, who like we just saw them play, and of Narset. They got their discovered the formulas. I do actually wonder if this is just my deck. Are you holding Discover the Formula? They are. Good card advantage. Is this a mirror match? Yes, but how much of a mirror match is it? Is it a tried and true, one for one, exactly the same decks against each other? I don't know, the person playing it might come into the chat after. Hey, let me float my mana. Ugh, game. That's okay. Boots! Hello, I am once again bringing out the boy. Has been cast 0 times. Has been cast, what, 3 times? And they go a diggin'. They do not pay the 1. Ooh, cool rock. Doing this now because it did not let me float the mana on it before. Made me kind of bummed. Yeah, I'd like to just hold for a turn. Well, we have this here. But yeah, with the other Brawl metagame challenge, I similarly did not post decklist for it. I didn't play in it, and I tried to discourage people from playing it if they were not well set up to play in it. Do you pay the... Wait, hold up. Do you pay the 2? Thanks, Ruby Collector. You're a babe. They did not. Ristic Study! Hold up. I'm ready for that one. I think this is my deck. I think somebody might have been watching the stream while we were building it and grabbed the list. Brawl to get those prowess triggers.
Out of my way. Must still live on a mission.
Yeah, out of my way! Get myself a lovely ruby. And we pump it up. It truly is Saka. It is, in fact, the quenchiest. Buffing up my board and getting that win. Pew, pew, pew. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Thank you, Menace. Very helpful. GG. La Grilla the Magpie exiles cards for both players and then brings those back when she leaves. But she's going to be bringing back their exiled cards bigger, and mine will be the same. I also have, like, very few actual creatures in this deck, so we'll see how this goes. This is like a Bant Blink deck. Prismatic Vista, what you getting? A Dowerport Mage. Nice. Let them bounce things back into their hand. Talisman of Progress. I'm going to bring out the Tome of Gadwick, hoping to put that on maybe even Ragavan next turn. They're looking at that like, what the heck is this card? Well, this is Tome of Gadwick. It generates 1 mana draw spells. Because why would I put 1 mana draw spells in my deck when I can put an equipment that generates them into my deck? No! Oh, they got rid of my cool rock. That's rude. At least they attacked me. That's good for me because it means that I can go monkey, dash, monkey, equip, monkey, generate 1 mana draw spell into my hand. Oh, ooh, hold up. Just double checking. Creature you control. To make sure it wasn't creature you own. I will use this to play Avacyn's Pilgrim. Now, here's the problem. Stolen cards, creatures specifically, can be stolen back with Logrella, which, rude, I was stealing that. No, my tome! Aw. Bringing out Saka, or at least trying to. They could wash him away. Nope, that's just a meticulous archive. I need little guys. Little guys, go! Booties? Chandra? I want both of these. And in what order? Doesn't matter. I ain't shuffling. Great. And I will have the Patriarch's Humiliation ready for Logrella coming down. I might have to hit that, because otherwise they rescue. Depends on how much mana they have. Nice, 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 nice. They do have another land. What is Rainbow Veil? People were talking in chat about like weird lands. Rainbow Veil is a land that taps for mana of any color, but then gives an opponent control of the land at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, that's a weird one. Now, they can choose to put Logrella back in their hand here, using Dowerport Mage. That will also draw them a card. A chonk! Okay. These never actually leave play. Neoform. They're going to turn their 3-drop into a 4-drop, or 3-drop, or 2-drop, or 1-drop. Just whatever happens to be the thing they want. If I were them, I'd probably go for Skyclave Apparition and hit Saka. Yeah, if you're doing like a group hug thing, I could definitely see running it. Can't be Skyclave? Oh, it's not or less. You're right, it has to be a 4-drop on Neoform. I'm thinking of like Pod. Huh. What 4-drop do you get? Venser! Venser, you putting Sokka back in hand? Sokka, return! Sokka has returned. Oh no, my boys. They've shrunk. Grabbing another red source off those. That's the one. Thanks a bunch. I could go Saka booties. Nah, I want to bring out this Chandra and kill the Venser.
When people start screaming, I know I'm on track.
I guess I'll just hold this sink into stupor. That lets me mess up their stack. Stack messing's good. Airbender Ascension. They can airbend a creature, meaning bounce one of my things. Okay. They could put that back into exile under their control. No, my 1/1 token. Anything but that. My tokens! Hey, Shadow Devil, thank you for the 4-month resub saying, I was just looking for a Sokka deck. Well, welcome! Guess what I have? It's a Sokka deck. It's okay. It's kind of like what I expected from him, where it's like, Jeskai stuff can be so powerful that it's kind of hard to compete with some of the other Jeskai things. Did they kick it? Oh, they did! Okay. So I can't cast spells this turn, or attack. I guess, I'll deal 2 damage to you.
You're going down.
Yay. Rude. None of these are instant speed. Not even me monkey. Oh, Voice of Victory. That would stop me from casting spells during their turn anyway. I don't have any spells to cast. Hi, Dowerport Mage. This is now at 2. No flash pilfering. Why not? I want to do crimes at the highest speeds possible. Nyum. Let's do it. Rapid, high, speed, menace. That one. More. More! No, and I guess, like... Okay. Monkey acquired. Yeah. I did it. I got some power in. They're down to 6 life. And yeah, they could, I don't know, exile a thing that's not Sokka. Thank you so much, Lightning Greaves. Lightning Greaves? So nice, with such a vulnerable commander. Hey, they're gonna get that end step blink. Here, let's double block. Got a blink? Wanna do something about it?
Nobody tells me what to do.
Yeah, this will now blink and end step. So they're gonna steal back their Avacyn's Pilgrim. And it will return under their control. And then they can exile one of my random ally tokens. Oh no, me ally. Pew, 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 pew. But then they're conceding because I've got quite a bit of damage. I can get some card advantage, and I even have a land to animate. GG. Grist, the Hunger Tide, is a creature until it enters play, in which case it is a planeswalker, one that generates bugs and then sacrifices bugs, or other creatures, to destroy your creatures and planeswalkers, which is really hard to play against because it's removal in the command zone. And removal in the command zone versus a 3/3 that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, they definitely have some bit of advantage there. I guess I could try to counter whatever they do next turn, like playing Grist. Yeah, because she goes to 4. Yeah, she goes to 4. You like Grist's passive? Yeah, I think her passive's really neat. It allows you to use like reanimation spells on her. In general, I would say that most Planeswalker passives are just frustrating or strong. This one, it allows for like interesting interplay. Like, oh yeah, this card can do this thing. All right, here's Grist. I'm gonna put Grist back on top of their deck. Thank you, Grist. Thank you for tolerating me, Grist. Arcane Signet, Lightning Greaves, and Saka can wear some boots next turn. Booting up allies. Giving him hexproof feels really important. Sorry, not hexproof, Shroud. Also, he can bonk Grist, or try to. But having this means less dying to Grist abilities. Even if I don't have a way to, like, trigger his abilities. He has menace! You don't want to lose 2 creatures blocking this idiot. Oh, what did they mill? Boggart Trawler. Bonk. Another bug. Oh, Jet Collector. I love Jet Collector. I have one of the 2 possible commanders, or not commanders, collectors in this deck. There's also one that lets you recast spells from your graveyard. It gives like flashback, and it's okay in this deck, but it's kind of expensive to like stack up its abilities. I think if you have a more stormy version of the deck, you can do more stuff with it. All right, they've got 4 mana. Ice Till, that's gonna let them replay these from the graveyard, play additional lands each turn. It's doing self-milling, it's doing it all. What a good card, what a silly card. We'll see if I can get removal for it. It does not die to Rip Apart. I can kill Grist with the Rip Apart. They'd be able to replay her, but like... Then I can hold up Force of Negation. I guess that's alright. But I like Discover the Formula. Force of Negation, by the way, does not hit Grist, because she's not a Planeswalker on the stack. She's a creature, right? Oh no, in addition to his other types, that should still work. Get him, Saka! Actually, you can... do I think they would block with the Ice Till? I'll trade... You know what? I would trade with Ice Till. I'm so scared of this card. If they had, like, triple blocked. Genuine fear of bug. It's like an Oracle of Moldiah that self-perpetually feeds, always has its own things. It benefits decks that care about milling, because this one has, like, this -5 ability. There's lots of cool stuff you can redo from the graveyard. Oh, it says non-creature spell. Yeah, it is a creature in addition to its other type, so it won't work. Yeah, Force of Negation won't. There's a couple others that would, but Force of Negation won't. If it said, like, counters target Planeswalker, it is still a Planeswalker. It's just also a creature. Imagine reading the cards that explain the cards. All right, they have some good sacrificey bits here. Kalitas, also a bit of a hate card. Necropotence, which just gets real nasty. Bug. This lets me kill Grist again, but then they can kill Elspeth. And I can just attack with Saka. And I'm like, also, yes, I am considering just killing Ice Till. I hate this card! Now I'm gonna go for Enhance! And I could deal 8 to their face! I'm gonna go for 5 to the face, 3 to the Grist. What do you want? And now I get double tokens, so long as the Elspeth is in play. I would say this is a very, very nice card for Saka. Why are you looking at my ally token like that? Like you want to kill it. Like you want to kill it so bad. Chord of Calling! Yeah, that's gonna be... I assume this is Yawgmoth. Chord for Yawg. Yeah, it's chord for Yawg. Let me hit this. Huh? Wait, what? Oh, because it's my turn. I was like, why can't I do that? It's my turn. That's why. I'm literally in combat right now. Imagine that. These, by the way, are not humans. Weirdly. Oh yeah, this is just like one of the stronger cards. And, like, these two are, I think, some of the strongest cards printed this year. Bonk. So they paid some life to do that. Not humans, not warriors, just allies. Yeah, like he's a human warrior ally. But they sacrificed so many of their little guys that, like, now they don't have 5 for this. No opponent has 10 or left life, so I still have 23. Ow! Going down to 5. They're getting low. Get low, get low, get low. Bloodghast returns. These boots are doing so much work giving me Shroud here. Thank you so much, Lightning Greaves, for protecting Sokka, who is honestly such a killable commander that it makes it really hard to play with him sometimes, where it's like, yeah, I have this like pretty cool commander that unfortunately dies the lightning bolt and costs 4 mana and doesn't do anything when it enters. But it's cool if you can get it to stick. I think if you had like more free spells, I was considering putting like Oracle of the Alpha in this deck to put Moxen in. It works. Okay. Another landfall. Ooh, Shifting Woodland. Hold up. Looking at Woodland. Woodland can become... It won't have haste because it just entered, but it could become like Jet Collector. Yeah, I took out some of the 1 mana protective spells from this deck. To just like exchange them for like general like good stuff, tempo, all that. It's like how you can kill lightning with a lightning, but if you give her Lightning Greaves, that protects her. I think they are going to turn into Jet Collector. That's going to get them a Mox and let them bring back other cards from the graveyard. Haywire Mite, Kalitas, Wriggling Grub, Masked Vandal, or even the other Jet Collector. In fact, I would bring back the other Jet Collector right now. They disagree. I guess that can gain you life, right? No, because it's only when it dies. Oh, right, because they can get rid of the Greaves. My Greaves! Yawgmoth, you wouldn't. Except you 100% can and will. So Yawgmoth easily could just, like, take out this baddie here. Or Grist, because, oh, yeah, because I didn't get to hit her. And I would do it. Dang, rip. Return. And this is all creatures. This is a flavor win because Sokka would die if he were hit by lightning. Yeah, just ask Azula. No, I'm good. Nice Deathrite Shaman. Okay. I got this Discover. I got the Plussin. Got the Saka. Little guys go.
I welcome
I'm in danger. I'm gonna need you to do something I can hit with the Force of Negation, so I can get tokens. I gotta file a grievance over them destroying my greaves. My greaves! My gravies! Okay, Ewit. Gonna grab... Court of Calling. Oh, yeah, do it on your turn, please. Do it right now. Please? Please. Please. Pretty please? But before you kill Sokka, you go tap, 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 tap. And bring out... I don't know, Craterhoof Behemoth. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah! Mega Bug. This is what I needed. Yay! Allies! Yeah, the Signets and Talismans are really nice with Sokka because they count as non-creature spells. Especially if you have a bunch of the rocks and then, like, lots of planeswalkers. I only have a few, but you could easily add more. I'm just out here so happy. Look! Sokka gotta have a trigger and it made 2 instead of 1! Thanks, Elspeth. You're such a babe. Deathrite Shaman, by the way, can give them life. Me 1/1. And they can still, like, minus on Grist. Yawgmoth is a problem. Like, just in general, Yawgmoth is a problem. I fully agree with that statement. The fact that he has this, like, free-ish ability of, like, sacrificing, killing a thing, drawing a card. And it's like, you pay 1 life, which... It's adding up. Because I had some early hits in. I think a lot of Planeswalkers do work well with Sokka to, like, keep refilling your hand, give them another target, because otherwise he's gonna die. No, I told you, they can gain life. They can gain 2 life. They could also, like, use Grist to kill Sokka by sacrificing this goose. Or something else. They could gain the life and then sacrifice, and I don't even know at this point. Remember, by the way, I can't block him with, with this. This is not human. Looks human, isn't human. Bug baby! I love Grist. I love you too, Grist, but I love the baby Grist. Look at this, you go yum yum yum. The very hungry Grist-a-pillar. Yeah, so they're gaining the life. What was that? Oh, that's a Mosswood Dread Knight. I feel like I've very rarely seen the alternate art for it. Me token! I can't block Yogg, so they can just kill Elspeth here. And then they could sacrifice Deathrite Shaman, or get a landfall trigger to bring back Bloodghast and kill Sokka. Or they could just plus. You got choices. You gonna let me untap? I Bloodghast. And I'm just out here like lightning bolt off the top, lightning bolt off the top, lightning bolt off the top, lightning bolt off the top. They've gotten so many more cards than me because of Yogg drawing them all of these. Bones? Okay, rip Sokka. Lightning bolt off the top, please. Or maybe off Discover. I'm in danger. Is he just plus her? You like your little buggy girls? Oh, hey, Sephiroth. I'm so glad you weren't out here, because that would have undone all of that life gain. Or life loss by gaining them the life. Do they have a Yavimaya? Oh, they do. I was like, oh, those have other abilities. All right, we're going to play the Attica Waste. No, I want you to hold up the Signet, actually. Come Come on, lightning bolt. Oh, they can turn this into a permanent in the graveyard. Okay, Talisman, Peak, Dak. Okay. I got nothing. They can gain some life. They could turn into Sephiroth and do Sephiroth things. If you're wondering why I didn't play this first, it's because then I wouldn't have been able to play Peak. And I needed to know. I needed to know. Hi, Bloodgas. Welcome back. Yeah, they could swing in to deal some great damage to me. They could set up lots of good recursion. They could even bring back Sephiroth from the graveyard. By, like, turning into a copy of the Jet Collector. Bringing back the actual Jet Collector. Then grabbing this. It's all a matter of how they want to do it. But hopefully they do it quickly because... this match has been running for a while. And I'm just out here and... Oh god, please, yes, just one lightning bolt. This is not lightning bolt! At least it can kill Yawgmoth. Or Ice Till. Hi, Sephiroth. Bloodghast gets munched. Gain a life. Number go down, so number go up. They draw more cards. I wonder if they're looking for like a discard spell. I'll be doing discard spells. We playing Dak. Perfectly neutral, perfectly balanced. Just keeps coming back because they have so many landfalls. Oh, hey, Sephiroth, one-winged angel. He's a 5/5 now, and now it's an emblem. This is nerve-wracking. Ooh, Chthonian Nightmare. The more mana they have, the more they'll be able to do off this, recurring more creatures. They already have ways to do it, but like, if they would like to, I don't know, transform Grist this turn, they could, destroying my Arcane Signet. Oh, and somebody was probably wondering, I'm running Rip Apart, am I running Lightning Helix? No. I have other kill spells instead. That's a fine-looking board state with 10 cards in hand over there. I Jet Collector again. And 18. Now they're up to 6 because Sacrifice with Sephiroth-type things is real good. They get a couple more Moxen because this is technically a different version of the card from before. And Moxen are not legendary, so they got mo mana. No problems. Who wants to win with Sephiroth emblems? Please don't. If you not hurt me enough. Ayo. Grub! They got enough mana to do it again. Yeah, you should just, like, I don't know, play Massacre Girl and kill all your stuff. Is that good for you? No. But do I want it? Yeah. Did they not attack? They didn't. These are only damage. Dak. I would like to draw and discard. don't think any of these quite get me where I'd need to be. Could technically kill some targets, but like 1, 2, 3. Actually, wait. Do you target? Oh, it is targeting. I'm sorry, opponent. Can bring it back so easily. I'm just planning on firing this off next turn to be like, yeah, I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Help. Hiya! I'll do it right now. I think they'll be able to kill me. I just can only hope they do it quickly. All right, so they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, they have lethal, so I'm going to scoop. This person is possibly just taking their time and thinking things through, but I know they got a way to kill me. GG. Well, this is strange. I've gone from seeing 0 Sakas to 2 Sakas just while doing this recording. Hi, other Saka. I think I'm going to keep this hand because of the pure greed if I have a Gemstone Caverns. Let's go. Absolutely. Look at me and my brainstorm on turn 0. I'm going to drop Fragment Reality. And I will do the turn 0 brainstorm because it will make me feel good about myself. Go! Brainstorm! Alright, we got Veto, Get Lost, Cyclonic Rift. Put those back. In that order. Wonderful. An Azorius Signet. My god. I'll name Human. Ally also works, but there's more humans that are just like not allies. I could bounce their cool rock, or I could just hold up my watch away and veto. Because if they go for Saka here, great. I'll bounce them, because I can't counter them, because they played a Cavern of Souls. Boing him! Maybe I should be killing him. I don't know, I like bouncing him. I too am playing Sokka. Hopefully they don't have Lightning Bolt. Double Cavern, double Sokka. Ooh, look at you and your blue. What is that for? I'd love to play that, but... Get him, Sokka! They're opting in response! Okay. A true boomeranging gentleman's match. Just a couple of guys hanging out with some other guys. Get him, Sokka. Sokka, get that other Sokka. Get that guy. Is it time for Sokka again? I will attempt to Dovin's Veto the Sahili. Ooh, hold up. This is a card that's not in my deck. Is this worth playing? That's fine. Yeah, just a couple of Water Tribe guys. I could go for Restless Anchorage. While they're tapped out, I'm going to try to get Lom down, even though I'm not that good at protecting him here. I have a wash away, but it can only be used on something outside of hand. Now, it can't counter Sokka because of Cavern of Souls, but I could still cast this just to get the Monastery Mentor. It's not the dumbest thing I've ever done. Lom certainly is the much, much scarier Sokka. If Lom were in, like, Jeskai colors, this card would have needed a rebalance. Yeah, so I'm not going to bother casting that there. Ooh, Seam Rip. I think that can only hit the tokens, though. But it makes a token. Yeah, this is good, like, cheap removal. I can see why they're playing it. If Lom were Jeskai, oh gosh, that'd be scary. I don't know. That sounds scary. I'm wondering if I should have just countered my own spell there, but I didn't put full control mode on. Do I want to hold up Wash Away? Nah, I want to hit stuff. I will trade my token into your token. This is LVD's list. Ooh, so apparently LVD also made a version of this commander. And LVD, I would say, is probably somebody who's a better pick for, like, making spell slinger decks just in general. He's somebody who really knows what he's doing when it comes to, like, Storm and spell slinger, whereas I can enjoy it and I can pilot it, but I'm never going to be, like, the guy for it. Gavin had recently said in one of Prof's interviews that Monastery Mentor was one of his best card designs. I agree. I think it's a great card design. I also think it's very scary. And then they made this, which makes these, which is like, what the heck and why? Oh, Takaja's welcome. I thought about putting this or Caretaker's Talent in my deck as just, like, more card draw, but I found I couldn't get Sokka to stick long enough for these to really make a difference, which... kind of a bummer. I do have Elspeth in my deck, though, because she's nuts with anything that's making tokens. She's also just really good. There's 2 white pips and 1 colorless. Yeah, I could see that for Monastery Mentor. I think Lom should not be 4 mana. So, Elspeth could kill Lom or Sokka. And I think it's a matter of, like, do you have to? How much can you attack with? You have, was that 14 damage? And you have to make sure you don't die to me. So, like, this has Menace, harder to block. This is making stronger creatures. All right, so they're going for Sokka. Dang rip. My man's dead. He can come back, don't worry. And I think you could attack with just Sokka, but... Blue-white Surveil. We could take those cards and shove it. I will shove Sokka. Triggers, triggers, trigger, 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 triggers. And then do some swinging too. GG. Sagan Raider Warlord is a Mardu aggro deck that's going to be really, really hard to play against because they can, what's the best way for me to put it? Double strike me, death touch me, and do it all, buffing their creatures with an attack. It even cares about speed. I have the turn 1, like, holding up a Stifle. I have no white mana here, but I think this is okay. So I will keep this 7. And see if I can stop them from doing things. They're a 3-color deck. They almost certainly have a bunch of fetch lands. I might even be able to hit them with this Stifle. That could be sweet. All right, let's do it. Or like a Spikefield Hazard, because they probably have cards like Ragavan. The card I think I'm probably most worried about is, like, immediately Thalia. All right, they have an Abandoned Air Temple. Yes, when Sagan swings in, it makes all their creatures stronger based on a number of first and double strikers they have, and then it gives everything first or double strike. I'll just straight up first strike. Sharpshooter. That is a pinger, so they can increase their speed. Now I have white mana. And many choices of what to do with it. You want to play Sagan? Maze! Strightful... Oh, the Scornful Striker. Okay, that is enough of a problem for me that I am going to put it on top of their deck. And then turn this into a 1-drop. Iron Claw. Cool. Anything stifleable? You, me, this, that. Triggered abilities? That's a triggered ability. It's a cool one. Wondering why am I not paying 3 damage or 3 life? Because they're a very scary aggro deck. Yeah, you guys got first strike. Yeah, what you got? I actually have a free counterspell being held up for certain types of removal. Okay, they're gonna push it. They're gonna wait until they lose that. And then I will force that with the Stifle. So I will also lose 2 life here. But I'm going to get a little guy. And Sokka's going to grow and live. He's going to live forever! Oh, hey, Lightning. You also have first strike. So true, bestie. I'm just going to grab, like a Surveil land. Because if I do it on their turn, if their guy's out... they speed up. Okay, Swords is good. Swords is good. I'm gonna try to steal their commander, though. And May will hit me. I'll steal that. That's good for me, too. Yeah. We both lose 2 life. Perfectly symmetrical violence. What I've always wanted. Yes! Okay, so I got the coin flip, which means my boy's bigger. Because I have a damage doubler. I gotta hit her. She's causing me trouble. I'll swing in with just my commander. Not double blocking. And I'm going to show them that I don't have anything in hand so I can crack that open. Somebody's saying ka-chow. Yeah, if we ever get Lightning McQueen in Magic, it'll be like, yeah, man, we got Lightning Bolt, Lightning McQueen, Lightning. They got to give us the Disney secret lair. They got to give us the... Why didn't you attack in? Huh. They got to give us the goods. All right, with Rising of the Day and this would be quite the gotcha. Lightning Reversal McQueen. I'm gonna save it here. A Welcoming Vampire. Drawing a card. This can give all their stuff first strike, prevent me from blocking with tokens, which... rough. A lot of my power is in tokens. Yeah. Surge. This is to try to stay alive, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I can only block one thing, and damage would still go through. Yeah, I couldn't do anything against the Legion Loyalists, who also giving the first strike gives them a buff across everything. And their damage getting doubled. It's even more dastardly. GG, Sagan. Dak Aiden is going to be stealing my artifacts. Aw, man. This is a really nice hand, except for the fact that it's all artifact stuff. And Dak steals those. I still think I can keep it, though. I could, like, throw it back, look for counter spells to hit him. But I know what I want to do. I want to make tokens. I want to play these. Alright, yeah. We can mulligan. No, keep. Mulligan. Keep. Mulligan. I gotta keep. I go first, which means I can talisman into Saka into the Mox Amber. Monkey. That's probably going to necessitate a get lost. Might have wanted to do while they were tapped out. Let's find out. Nope. The monkey is hit. Monkey down, monkey up. Play the Saheeli since I can't do the same curve I was talking about before. And I could do Mox Amber here to just make a 1/1. But I don't want them stealing my Mox Amber. I have a way to bounce it back. I don't care. I don't want them stealing it. There's only a few non-avatar allies in Arena. The ones that are from Zendikar just aren't in here. They were never added.
Plenty of profit to be had.
They draw. They discard. They which card? They this card. Does Changeling work with ally? Yes, but there's very few Changelings that you would want in a deck like this. There's very few allies in general that work that well in this. Making dudes. Great work. Yeah, I'll just pass. Yeah, there were a bunch of, like, ally synergy cards. In general, Tawsri is also not an Arena. Those work better with, like, Katara than they do with Sokka, but they're still cool. Ooh. Flashing. So, Dak, you gonna steal my Mox? Alright, I will tap it in response. Island? No, that's impossible. Give me that back. I guess I'll attack Dak first. Yeah, attack Dak. Oh. Well, that makes it harder to kill him. I'll go for this instead then. Instead of going for the bouncing it back. Saheeli. Light him up. I could have gone, by the way, for the talisman in the middle, and turning one of the tokens into the talisman, and then using that to burn Dak. Yeah, I think Kingdom Protector is a card I was considering for this as a selfless savior to protect Sokka. But it's pretty minor. Yeah, there's a couple, like, white allies that are kind of fun with Sokka. South Pole Voyager can get you card draw off his ability if it triggers twice in a turn. That's kind of cool. I think if you're building him as a standard deck, you can throw those in especially. Dovin's Veto. Honestly, probably worth it. Nice Iconoclast. Hi, Dak. Are you going to steal again one of my artifacts? I can just hope that I, like... Oh, whoops. That I get, like, Cyclonic Rift and bounce everything back. That would be so satisfying.
Fascinating history.
Groovy. Yeah, man. So groovy. Stop stealing my stuff, though. Those are mine. I brought those from home. I'm just gonna cast Discover the Formula. I get my 1 damage here. Kill Dak.
Until we meet again.
Whee! I think that's the first ever time I've drawn Temporal Manipulation playing this deck, and I've been playing this deck for 3 hours. No, like 5 hours. That's crazy. Yeah, I've only been recording for like 2 hours, but I played it a whole bunch earlier today. Sure, man. What do you got? They got more Proliferate. I like seeing that on a discount. You should proliferate my stuff, too. Make me happy. Avacyn's Judgment. My creatures! Booties! Oh, yay! Yeah, and by the way, this is symmetrical, so it's either player casting a second they get to proliferate. What do I want out of this? Kazul Warlord could be fun in this. Oh, it could be, yeah. Most assuredly. Didn't get a land. Champ. Teehee. Very protected little guy. Yeah, I'll stifle a land. Means I'm still holding up Veto and Fog. I'm gonna try to counter that. They might have a counter spell, but this is pretty hard to counter because it says this spell can't be countered. Yeah, I'm actually surprised they did not put any of the old allies into Arena before this set came out. It's one of those things where, like, you'd think that they would have just for people to, like, fool around with, but I don't know, I guess they just don't value it at all. Thank you, Sahila. You're a great backup commander. Ooh. Don't be hating, just iterating. And memory lapsing. Actually, I'm going to do this first in case I get Force Spike. Dark Ritual. Oh, that's fun, though. I'll counter your memory lapse. It's free real estate. Alright. Choose one from my hand. None of these are land, which is what I was hoping for. So one of these is going to go away. Put that back in my library, and I'll put this in exile where it's just going to go away. Good old boots. This whale is very eternal at this point. Are you gonna steal my tome? I really wish you wouldn't.
They look like an easy.
Or my Greaves. Now, tome is definitely the pick for them.
Your security is embarrassing.
Jack's talking. Nobody's listening. He is a lot like a monastery mentor. Except only when he's in play. Hee. Combat damage? What combat damage? Hey, look, I can still even block. Ka-tunk, ka-tunk. Okay, Dark Ritual. Nice servo. Saka. Yeah, sure. Ugh. I didn't even see that I had 1 mana up. They have 2 up from my cards. Fine, die. Get a clue. I might not be able to do much with him. But I got this. Go, my servos! Maybe they'll hit Fog. No, they got Ponder. They have 1 land that can become a creature. The fact they're going for card draw is good for me. That's a real good card. Oh, Electrolyze! One of the few cards that can hit 2 targets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're gonna turn Lightning Greaves into a creature
I know how to stop you.
and attack. It's what I had. They're at 1. It's not great, though. Not great for me. Nah. Blocker. And they're pondering. Nice deck. Hi. I wish you didn't steal those. I wish I could get these back. I have cards that can do it in my deck, just not here. We go? We go! Yeah! Oh, victory! My artifacts may be stolen. My servos will live forever. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. This deck has the problem of it matches very high, in part because it is a similar deck to Narset or Lam. But even though the colors for it are good, I find that Sokka not having it enter the battlefield and being a little too costly to protect easily for like an aggro strategy means that you gotta play it as tempo. You're gonna match into other tempo decks, and unless your deck is chock full of the good stuff, well, you're not going to get that far. Sokka is unfortunately, he is a good way to actually win in the deck, but he's not that strong as a commander itself. And he's going to be matching into other very strong commanders. That's not to say the deck is bad. I think that I averaged about a 56% win rate on my final version of this deck, but it took a lot of tweaking to get it here and a lot of relying on like good other non-creature answers. I'm talking about like planeswalkers and extra turns. These cards are what really locked this deck in to make it pretty good. But overall, it is a tricky commander to play and a tricky one to build. And I'm sure somebody other than me is going to make a better build of it because it's a Jeskai spells deck. And I'm just not that much of a Jeskai guy. I'm not the plan guy, unlike Saka, but I still had fun with this deck. And if you would like to find my deck list for it, you can find it in the description of the video. I would say that like my favorite cards in this deck were like the other token making cards, Brawl, Elspeth, and Saheeli. And I think that having the 2 and 3 mana cards that are able to spit out more creatures is really nice. You're going to notice this deck only has 7 creatures in it, and like that's not even that real because one of them's Witch Enchanter, which is a land. So the deck has almost no creatures in it, so almost everything triggers Sokka. You could add in more protective spells, but I found that adding in the 1 mana protective spells didn't work out for me because I was matching into counter spells, which, okay, great. They're not targeting him, so it didn't make a difference. I do think, though, Sokka's a cool character, and I'm glad I had a chance to build the deck, because a lot of people were requesting this, so hopefully they enjoy how it turned out. If you also would like to request a commander, please let me know in the comments. I've made my way through a lot of the different Avatar: The Last Airbender commanders that I wanted to build, but you know what I haven't done yet? Gran with a sword. So if you want to see Gran with a sword, let me know in the comments, so we can build Gran Voltron. Because she deserves to have a sword, or a gun, or a gun sword, maybe both. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.